Nicholas Menier.
Beautiful. It's really good. I'll probably nick that one.
Beautifully cooked. Really nice combination of flavours.
How are they, Nick?
Very good.
With the starter a hit, it's now time for the real business of the day.
Can we have the dishes? Can we have the dishes on the pass then, please?
What will the diners make of his British-inspired dishes? Each table will get a bit of everything at once. Rabbit stock pot, honey roast pork with spices, and fish pie.
Come out fighting.
So which dish will have what it takes to make it onto Marco's menu for the feast?
Fish pie.
As the mains hit the tables, Marco's starting to doubt whether rabbit was such a good idea.
I think they'll go for fish pie. Well, I don't think rabbits. It's not a very popular meat, even though it's a delicious meat.
Sorry, excuse me. And the lapin?
It sounds very nice, but I'm not so sure, because I've got a rabbit.
What are you going to have?
Give it a go, but I probably won't like it.
Wow, force off the bone. I'd like to taste the pork.
Beautiful.
Well done, boys.
With all the mains served, it's now time for the diners to have their say. One of the 3 dishes they've sampled today will be served to more than 200 people at Marco's Great British Feast.
The fish pie is delicious. The fish is cooked to perfection. Very good, very good.
The pork was so full of flavour. Absolutely delicious.
Oh, wonderful. I have to remain loyal to the rabbit.
It was so hard to choose because they were all absolutely lovely.
As the diners hand in their comments, the table of food historians seem slightly on edge.
Are we actually seeing him? Is he going to appear?
Oh, yes, he will be.
And they're not that impressed with the dishes they've tried.
The fish pie we felt was very nice, but it's fish pie. We could make that ourselves. And when we go out for a fantastic meal, we want something a bit more than that.
What we've got is a fish pie that's actually sort of moderately fishy. But, you know, you'll expect more.
British food has this awful reputation as being bland.
If modern Britain represents the victory of style over substance, then who knows? Perhaps we've got dishes here that represent modern Britain.
The diners have spoken, but will Marco like what he hears?
Fish pie was unexciting, lacked flair. Honey roast pork was the best of a mediocre meal. Tender, but too sweet.
Unfortunately, it's the comments from historian Max Arthur that Nick has chosen to read out first.
I expected something quite spectacular, quite a fireworks show, and the fireworks show just became a damp squid.
Which dish best represents Britain and why? I don't think any of...
I know who Max Arthur is.
Okay. I mean, I could have got that in my local town and eaten just as well there, really.
I don't think any of these dishes represent Britain. But if you had to choose one...
Can you say something?
It'd be the fish pie.
Oh. I mean, they look like the Addams family.
I'm disappointed. A long way to come for a disappointing meal.
Is he still here?
I think he's left.
Of course. They're all brave when I'm not in the room.
Exactly, yeah.
The remaining diners' comments are all glowing.
Rabbit. Light, moist, tender, fresh flavour.
See, there's a man with the palate.
And he's even managed to impress the younger generation.
Zoe Nicole Guella.
She's a charming little girl.
Very nice girl. Rabbit. The rabbit was my least favourite because I have a rabbit at home.
We'll cook it when it's dead.
But it was very tender and nice.
Yeah.
But instead of embracing their feedback, there's now only one person's comments that matter to him.
Which dish best represents Britain and why?
See, it's people like Max that give Britain a bad name. Max, this is what I think of you and your comments.
He's obviously not invited to the feast, is he?
Finally, the diners were asked to choose their favourite of the three mains.
Third place, rabbit stuck mob. Yeah, do you agree with that? Yeah. Second place.
Pig.
Correct, honey roast pork.
With spices.
With spices.
Very colonial.
First place, boss, fish pie.
A pie will always win.
I think so.
The public have chosen their favourite, but does Marco agree?
I think it was a fantastic choice, fish pie, because I think it's got a bit of everything. It's got shellfish, it's got bits of white fish, it's got wild salmon in there. And I think it has that sense of occasion. I think it represents Britain. I think it's quite nice having that sort of grandness of a big fish pie. It sort of makes a statement.
Marco's chosen the all-important main, but there's a long way to go before he's ready for his Great British Feast. Next week, Marco turns his attention to starters.
Everything I'll be doing is Great British classics, with a twist. Do you think we'll get to double figures?
No.
It's all the Mr. issue.
Here he comes, here he comes.
And throws caution to the wind.
I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to roll the dice.
It's raw venison, it's not cooked.
You know, I always like to make my life difficult.
Absolutely divine.
We have 50 pairs of tickets available if you'd like to attend Marco's feast. For a chance to come along, just go to itv.com/Marco and fill in the application form. You'll need to be 18 or over and be available to travel to Hampshire on July the 15th. The closing date for applications is 10 a.m. on July the 9th, and full terms and conditions are on the site.
God, that's good. It's delicious.
370 million records, a smash hit stage production, and a major motion picture.
I really forgot about the singing. The terror started to mount.
ABBA, the Mamma Mia story, tomorrow at 9 on ITV1. Whilst next on ITV3 it's Trial and Retribution, and over on ITV4, I'll Sleep When I'm Dead.